Hi. Hello, Miss Shirley Terry. How are you? How are you? We are back for another video. I see everybody coming in. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you guys coming back. Yes. I'm playing a little music while we're waiting on everybody. Okay. Give a little more people time to come in. Hello. Give you guys a little more time to come in. I literally just put my notification up, guys. Oh my God. Hope you guys had a great Monday so far. I sure did. Had a great Monday. I'm a little tired, guys. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little tired. Hi, I see y'all coming in. Come on in, guys. I hope everyone is hitting the like button as you guys come in. Just hit the like button as you enter. Thank you guys for being here. I'm giving you guys a few more minutes to come in. We're going to get started momentarily, okay? Got a little music playing to give you guys a little time to enter. We're still here, guys. I'm still here with you. All right, StreamYard. Don't start it tonight now. All right. StreamYard acting a fool already. Lord, StreamYard. Yeah, let's cut you off. All right, let's go ahead and get into the show, honey. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment, okay? I don't know what the hell is going on with StreamYard tonight, but I hope they get it together, honey. I'm trying to stick with y'all, StreamYard, and do my videos with y'all, but y'all need to get it together, honey, because we don't need that skipping and carrying on. All right, let's get into the show, honey. We got a few topics to run through, and I'm going to let you guys get out of here, all right? Yes, I'm telling you, we got how many people got 95? I'm thinking we're gonna have at least 85 to 90 likes. Do we have that? Do we have any? Who are my mods tonight? Let's check on these likes, honey, because y'all be doing too much, honey. Y'all be sitting on the likes. We need to get these likes out, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get into the show. All right, so actress Sheryll Ralph, they're saying, and her husband are reportedly finally moving in together officially after almost 20 years of marriage. Does that sound crazy or what? Somebody said, well, I'm delighted to be here with you, Lady Caramel. Give me more of that music I'm enjoying. We'll get some more at the end of the show, okay? I try to give y'all a little bit of music as we're waiting, okay? So let's get on into it, honey. Sheryll Ralph that says she finally moved in, honey, with her husband, honey, after officially being married for 20 years. That's the weirdest thing ever. So where you been living, girl? Let's get into it. I knew something was up with Sheryll Ralph, honey, when her ass was on Sister Act and she didn't want Lauren Hill to go sing with them. I knew something was wrong with her ass then. I said something was wrong with old Sheryll. You didn't want Lauren to go sing, and you know she could sing, but you didn't want her to go sing with her little group. So I was mad with her ever since then. But let's get into why they're saying she's just moving in with this husband child of 20 whole years that she was with. All right, so they're saying Sheryll Ralph and her husband are taking a new step in their union. They're saying that the Dream Girls icon Sheryll Ralph has finally decided to live under the same roof as her longtime partner, honey, Vincent Hughes, full time. They said the exciting news comes only 2 weeks after Sheryll Ralph briefly spoke on her bi-coastal marriage with Vincent Hughes in a sit-down interview. That's weird. It says that when speaking on the secret to keep their connection strong, says that the 66-year-old said that we don't actually live together. Says that she continued by saying, I see him every 2 weeks, and when I see him, I'm so happy to see him, and then I'm leaving. She says, and I'm so happy to leave because I know I'll be back again. She says, and yes, it works. What kind of shit is that? Says that Sheryll Ralph and 67-year-old Vincent Hughes, a member of the Pennsylvania State Senate, married in 2005. It says that their separate place arrangements has reportedly been their thing since the beginning, but the lovebirds did cohabitate for some time during the pandemic. It says that these days that Ralph's primary home is California while her boo resides in Pennsylvania. What in the world? It goes on to say that, however, the Emmy-winning actress is said to be uprooting to Pennsylvania with Hughes and will commute to Los Angeles for work, specifically her starring role in the Quinta Brunson's Abbott Elementary, okay? It says that an insider alleged that Sheryll's work on Abbott Elementary keeps her anchored in LA while Vince's responsibility tied him to Philadelphia, but regular visits every 2 weeks is no longer enough. For 20 years, damn. Says that she will still travel to LA to work, but the moment that the camera stops rolling, she'll be headed home to her husband. They said that the Moesha phenomenon expanded to their relationship set up over the summer and offers. She says that you have to have an incredible amount of trust in that other person. She says that we spend a lot of time talking to each other, but if Vincent doesn't see me every 2 weeks, then he gets a little nervous. What kind of arrangement is that, y'all? Anybody ever been in a marriage to where you don't live together, to where one spouse lives over here and the next one lives here or in another state? I couldn't do that. I need to throw my leg over you every now and then. I need to cut my ceiling fan on every now and then. I want to go out to dinner sporadically. I want to be able to have conversations face to face. Y'all know all the things that go with being married. I need that touch, that feel, that communication. I need that. I enjoy seeing my husband coming in every day from work, even though his ass be tired. I enjoy seeing that. It's like you go all day and you miss that person and you look forward to seeing that person walk through the door every day. I don't think I could do that whole, you stay in Pennsylvania and I stay in LA and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Like, what the hell? Child, for 20 years. For 20 years, they said, one that works for them. Okay, child, I could not. This is her, honey. This is her and old Vincent, honey. Child, no. Anybody ever been through that? Says somebody, Yvette Bell says they might as well get divorced. That seems so weird. I don't know. Nowadays, child, marriage is just weird for some people. I don't know. I'm old school with mine. I'm old school. I done told y'all, I'm old school when it comes to my stuff. But child, to each his own, honey. I'm happy that you finally decided to live together, because how are you becoming one if he's there and you're here? Like, that just gives, that opens the door for things to happen. And I'm not saying that you don't trust this person, but girl, sometimes somebody says sometimes it's good that way. Oh, I don't know. I guess it's just different for other people. I don't know. I'm old school when it comes to marriage. I'm just old school, honey. I couldn't, but I could not, but to each his own. Let's move on, child. Congratulations and whatever else, child. Moving on. Some exciting news, I guess we could say it's exciting. Ashanti and Nelly have announced that Ashanti is expecting their first child together. Now, I'm old school. I think that, you get married first and do all that. But people do things differently nowadays. Do however you want to. I feel like since they dated for so long before and then they finally spent the block and got back together, I feel like maybe he should have went on and put a ring on that thing. Like, it's time. What y'all think? She is expecting, though. Let me go ahead and show y'all the post. She is expecting. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. They said congratulations are in order. Ashanti is expecting her first child with Nelly. But I want everybody, especially the women, I want to hear y'all say, seal the deal! Seal the deal! Seal the deal! Seal the deal! Oh, yeah. So there you go. They announced that they're pregnant. She showed her stomach. He grabbed her stomach. That's their official announcement that she is expecting their first child together. So I guess congratulations to them. I mean, children are a blessing. That's a happy moment for them because I know she's been saying that she's been wanting to be a mom, that she wanted to have children. Ashanti is in her 40s, so baby, I get it that you had to hurry up for going to do what you had to do. But go and put a ring on that thing, Nelly. Like, damn, it ain't like you don't know Ashanti. They dated for years back in the day. Then they broke up because he cheated, and now they're back together. And it's like he's just, I don't know why he's dragging his feet on this thing. And I ain't trying to rush y'all, but I'm trying to rush you. If you get what I'm saying. I ain't trying to rush you, Nelly, but I'm rushing you because you need to go ahead and lock that thing down. Now, if she's good enough to pump a baby up in her, she is good enough to go and put a ring on her finger. Like, go and drop down on that damn knee and open that box and give her a ring, okay? But congratulations to them, all right? Congratulations, child. Congratulations. I thought it would have been me. All right, let's move on, child. Oh, Lord, I got to get to bed tonight, y'all. I stayed up so late last night trying to watch TV. Not tonight, okay? She will not be doing that tonight. She will be getting in bed after this video and after I get out of the shower. Yes, we will. All right, so the next topic, honey, these two ratchet clowns, and I'm about sick of their asses. Blueface and damn Chrisean. Blueface done went over to Chrisean's place where she had one of her friends watching little Chrisean Jr. He done got the baby, talking about Chrisean was out and done left the baby with somebody and he was not happy with it. He done put her on blast. Let's go ahead on and talk about this thing. I'm about sick of them too. I'm about sick of them too. All right. Now they're saying that fans defend Chrisean after Blueface accuses her of neglecting their son. All right.
It's crazy. My son ain't got no parent at 4 in the morning. Nobody want to watch him. She got Marsh. She got Marsh watching the baby at 4 in the morning so she could what? 4 in the morning. Stopping us because she want to be a bad parent to a bad parent. She want to be a yes. It's crazy. My son ain't got no parent at 4 in the morning. Nobody want to watch him. She got Marsh. She got Marsh watching the baby at 4 in the morning so she could what? 4 in the morning. Stopping us because she want to be a bad parent to a bad parent. She want to be a yes. Yeah.
I'm about sick of them. I'm about sick of them. I'm about sick of them. Now, my thing is this Blueface. You didn't even go to the hospital when the damn baby was born. You didn't sign the birth certificate. You really weren't claiming the baby when the baby was born. So now you're trying to be father of the year. Like, I'm about sick of this. I want the both of them to sit down. I really do. I really do. I really do. It's starting to look like y'all are clout chasing at this point, and I'm about tired of it. Like, your non-birth certificate signing, your non-rapping ass having girlfriend. I'm about tired of all of them. It's like a constant battle between all of them. All right. It's giving too much. Like, you want to be a daddy today, and then tomorrow you don't know the damn baby. Like, I'm sick of them for real, for real. Like, I really am. I really am. Chrisean, you need to get it together. Because you be having this baby out, baby. When does the baby sleep? When does baby Chrisean Jr. sleep? He be at Walmart at 11:30 p.m. Chrisean, they had him out by the damn pool at 6:30 p.m. and it's damn dark. He should have been home in the bed. Like, this girl be having this baby out at the game. This baby be in the studio. All kinds of people be watching this baby. It's a hot damn mess. This baby needs to have some rest. And then she went out and bought this heavy ass pacifier that she done spent $40,000 on to put diamond encrusted stuff around the baby pacifier. Let this baby be a baby. And I get it, she's a first time mom, but it's time for you to snap out of it, Chrisean. Like, it's time for you to step up. And I get it, you're young, you want to still try to live your life and all that, but when you become a parent, it's called sacrifice. You can't always go out to the club. You can't always hang out with your friends. That is a choice that you make when you decide to become a mother. I'm just saying you can't just leave the baby with any and everybody. And now he done went up over there, and that's a bad look. He didn't have to go online and do that. He didn't have to go live with the baby. Now, you didn't have no blanket on the baby. You didn't have nothing on the baby. Mind you, this is the winter time. This is December. So you are out on live with this damn baby versus having a blanket. You should have went home, took the baby home, made sure the baby was okay, and put the baby to bed. Obviously, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. So what you doing now on live with this baby when he should be home asleep? You trying to prove a point to show that she's a bad parent, and so are you. So are you. It's like the both of them are working overtime to prove that the other is such a bad parent. It's a hot mess, y'all. I'm so sick of their asses. I am sick of them. Now, Chrisean has since responded, okay?
No matter who I was with. So then I'm like, he got a baby. He had a car accident with the baby. It's just some weird shit going on. So boom, long story short, he about to set up Marsh at the house, telling Jaden to fight Marsh. Marsh like, Chrisean, Jaden finna fight me. Who do? I said, what you? She's like, Chrisean. I said, bro, before you get to that gate, take the baby. Well, I need 4 minutes to get to you. What? I don't want no problem. I don't even know why this nigga came and kidnapped my baby from my house. I don't know Jaden to trust her with y'all, if y'all really together. I don't know. I don't know her ill intentions. So I'm really speaking from the heart. Like, nigga, I don't trust you my baby.
My son ain't got no parent at 4 in the morning. Nobody want to watch him. She got Marsh. She got Marsh watching the baby at 4 in the morning so she could what? Get some dick? Do a verse? Fucking nigga? Let me get in here, bro. All this so you could do a verse, suck some dick? You a both bitch.
Just disrespectful. They are disrespectful.
4 in the morning. Stopping us because she want to be a bad parent to a bad parent. She want to be a yes. Yeah, close the door. Let's go, Marsh. You gonna get your ass whooped soon as we get there. Come on. Jaden got a good fade waiting for you, Marsh. Let's go. Jaden got a fade like Tessa. Come on.
Now, mind you, they are in a Uber. So whoever they're riding with, he's saying this in the car. And then he's threatening her on live, saying that somebody gonna jump on her. Like, that's so disrespectful. And you're sitting there holding this baby who is out in the cold. Mind you, now he's got on a hoodie. He has a hoodie on. This baby ain't got on nothing but like a little onesie. Bad parenting. 4 o'clock in the morning. The baby got on a little onesie and you got on a hoodie. So if you cold, you not think the baby is not cold, but you got time to be standing outside on live trying to prove a point. That's so damn disrespectful. CPS, can y'all do y'all job and come and get this damn child? Please come and get this child, CPS. And I don't like to see CPS come and take nobody's kids, but if y'all not gonna stand up and be responsible for your damn kids, like, maybe you don't need to have the child. Damn. For real, for real. Y'all stay fighting way too much over this damn child. For real, y'all stay fighting too much over this baby. He done did a video and then exposed the baby's private parts on there. Then she's talking about, oh, I'm pressing charges against you, bro. Blue. Sounding like a wounded hound dog on live. Blue. That's her. Blue. I'm calling the police on you, bro. Both y'all asses need to go to jail. I ain't never seen no shit like that. A wounded hound dog on like, blue, bro. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't need the child. I don't know what to say, blue. I be like, Jesus. Y'all. I'll move on because I can't take it, child. I can't, Lord. All right, let's move on. I ain't got no more for them, child. Let's get on into the real. Y'all know that's how she be sounding online. I'll be like, sis, bro, I don't know, bro. You're supposed to be the baby's father, bro. Blue. Oh my God. Y'all. Lord, you made them your kids. All right. Come get your chilling, Lord. Come get your chilling. That's all I can say. Get your chilling, Lord. All right. Let's get on into this damn video because Jesus. All right. So let's get into, we're going to talk about Diddy trying to expose Chris Stokes. Now, we know who Chris Stokes is. He is like the manager over B2K. As y'all know, there have been several claims that have come out about Chris Stokes being inappropriate with Raz B from the group, where he was saying that he was sexually, touched and some other things. And he was saying he didn't feel safe and a whole bunch of other things. We're also going to talk about Diddy's assistant by the name of Capricorn, okay? Her name is Capricorn. I think Clark is her last name, who she used to work for Diddy during the time that she worked at Bad Boy. She actually comes forward to talk about how Diddy also put paws on her and beat her to a pulp after she knew about Cassie dating another rapper by the name of Kid Cudi, to be exact. And she kept that secret from Diddy because she didn't want Cassie to get in trouble and get paws put on her. But when Diddy found out, that Capricorn found out and that knew about it, he put hands on her, and she sued Diddy in terms of the record label as well. And they paid her a huge settlement, like hush money. And Diddy later fired her and ruined her career in the business. So she can never work for the business anymore. But she got a nice little settlement from the beating because they did not want her to press charges on Diddy. Then they're going to also go over a whole lot of charges that we didn't know that Diddy was actually charged with. So he's been charged. It's recorded. These things have been recorded where Diddy have been charged with some things, but he's kind of paid his way out of stuff. So there is a paper trail of the trouble that Diddy's been in, okay? So we're going to play that. We're going to play that. They're going to play that. We're going to play that. All right. Let's get into that. All right. Okay. Let's turn it up.
Diddy's assistant calls him the devil. I'm like, damn. You know what type of things you gotta be up
Shout out
to
to
for somebody to call you the devil? That's crazy.
So Diddy's longtime assistant Capricorn Clark posted this on her private Twitter, saying, "Black women ended up being the sacrifice for the F-free. Last 11 years of my life had to deal with everyone's nonsensical allegiance to the devil. I prayed that ends. I don't think highly of any of you. Can't keep your head down. Plus, pretend ish is cool no more. Do better."
So Diddy's assistant just came out to expose Diddy for threatening her life.
That's
and it
her
looks like
Capricorn
he's
Clark.
about to find himself in another messy lawsuit. Capricorn, Diddy's assistant for more than 10 years, just spoke up about the insane things that she went through with Diddy and how he literally threatened to take her life because she didn't snitch on Cassie to him. Capricorn is also spilling the tea about the nasty things that Cassie left out in her lawsuit. And y'all better hop in because it's crazy right now with this drama.
Anytime he beat the shit out of a motherfucker, what's a little girl named Cassie or whatever, he had an assistant by the name of Capricorn. He told Capricorn, Cap was keeping his shit on low about if she was messing with Cudi or not. Puffy beat the shit out that bitch.
So it really is true. It seems like everyone's on a mission to spill the tea on Diddy. And let me tell y'all, whatever we thought we knew about him before is nothing compared to these new revelations. Sure, there were always whispers about him being not so nice, but for some reason, those rumors didn't get the attention they deserved. We talked about it, but it wasn't until Cassie dropped the lawsuit bomb that everything blew up, and suddenly more people felt empowered to share their own stories. And listen, the more people have been opening up, the more we realize Diddy might be more problematic than we thought, and he's getting very much guilty. Since Cassie shared her truth, there's been a whole parade of accusations, and the crazy part is that they're basically confirming everything Cassie laid out in her lawsuit. I mean, there were several crimes and a couple of felonies listed in the lawsuit, and it literally opened up by revealing that Diddy essayed Miss Ventura in her own home after she tried to leave him, often punched, kicked, and stomped on Miss Ventura, resulting in his burst lips, black eyes, and bleeding, forced Miss Ventura to engage in intimate acts with male SWs while getting off on it and filming the encounters, demanded that Miss Ventura to carry his firearm in her purse just to make her uncomfortable and demonstrate how dangerous he is, and introduced Miss Ventura to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol and substance abuse, required her to procure illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addictions. Now, I'm no legal expert, but apparently, depending on how bad it is, DV can be a misdemeanor or a felony. But from what I gather, repeatedly putting hands on Cassie, leaving her with injuries, doesn't sound like a slap on the wrist misdemeanor situation to me. According to Cassie's lawsuit, Diddy was throwing hands at her every chance he got, especially when he was upset. For example, the court document said Mr. Combs beat Miss Ventura repeatedly in an Escalade, including by kicking and hitting her. He forced her out of the vehicle on Fifth Avenue in New York City. She was eventually able to hail a cab and get into her apartment in Manhattan. Then there's also the time when she spoke to a music manager at a club and Diddy got furious and lost it on her on their way home. He got so mad that when they left the club, Mr. Combs Miss Ventura, pushing her into a corner of the vehicle and stomping on her face. When the car arrived at Mr. Combs' residence, Miss Ventura attempted to run away, but Mr. Combs followed her and proceeded again to kick her in the face. Miss Ventura was profusely and was ushered into Mr. Combs' home, where she began to throw up from the incident. So remember when I said that Diddy was putting hands on Cassie could cross into a felony territory? Well, it turns out it's way worse than we thought. The lawsuit spills the tea that he didn't just throw a few punches, he left her with bruises all over. He also went over and beyond to clean up the evidence of his DV, and he would send her to private hotels and vacations so she could heal without the public finding out what had happened. And when I say felony, I mean full-blown serious felony stuff. The lawsuit says he went all out, beating her so hard and pumping her with so many drugs that she started to lose her memory. I mean, can you even imagine the level of brutality it takes to make someone have issues with their memory? The lawsuit outlines that he got so paranoid at that he had her doctor sending her medical records straight to him. The court document said, on multiple occasions, Mr. Combs had Miss Ventura's personal medical records sent directly to his email address. For instance, when Miss Ventura began experiencing memory loss, potentially due to excessive drug use and or head injuries caused by Mr. Combs' beatings, as described below, her MRI results were provided directly to Mr. Combs. But even though Diddy was determined to keep his dirty laundry hidden from the world, he didn't care if people close to him knew about it. He probably used it as an ego trip or something to keep people in line. He straight up hit Cassie right in front of people, and they were just stuck watching because they were scared out of their minds too. The court document said these beatings were witnessed by Mr. Combs' staff and employees of Bad Boy Entertainment and Mr. Combs' related businesses, but no one dared to speak up against their frightening and ferocious boss. Now, can we take a moment to grasp how downright nasty you have to be for everyone in your circle to be terrified of you? To the point where they witness you beating the living daylights out of your girlfriend, yet not one of them even tries to step in or save her. Diddy really took the term villain to a whole new messed up level. One of the unfortunate bystanders was his assistant Capricorn, and she is now speaking up against Diddy. She's spilling tea on how he treated her when she worked for him. And trust me, this tea is crazy. It turns out that not only did Capricorn witness Diddy laying hands on Cassie, but she also had to endure him putting hands on her. Now remember how in the court documents Cassie mentioned she started dating Kid Cudi when she tried to leave Diddy? Well, Diddy found out about it, and let's just say it didn't end well, and he hurt her very badly. The court document said that Mr. Combs told Miss Ventura that he was going to blow up Kid Cudi's car and that he wanted to ensure that Kid Cudi was home with his friends when it happened. Around that time, Kid Cudi's car exploded in his driveway. But let Capricorn tell her he didn't stop there because he also put hands on Capricorn after he hurt Cassie. This was because Capricorn knew about Cassie's relationship with Kid Cudi and didn't tell Diddy. So she got caught up in the crossfire and ended up with bruises from Diddy's wrath. Now, you might be wondering why Capricorn took the risk to cover for Cassie. Well, turns out Capricorn sister is Lauren London, who happened to be one of Cassie's friends. This also explains how Capricorn found out about the affair in the first place, because Cassie went to great lengths to keep it on the down low. And just in case you're thinking Capricorn might be lying about this for attention, well, guess what? Suge Knight himself backed her up on this.
It's not like it's new news. Same time he beat the out of mother, what's a little girl named Cassie or whatever. He had a sister by the name of Capricorn. He told Capricorn, Cap was keeping it on low about if she was messing with Cudi or not. Puffy beat the shit out that bitch.
So allegedly, Diddy went beyond just smacking Capricorn around. She ended up with injuries on her own face. She lived in constant fear for her life and was contemplating taking legal action and filing a police report for her own safety when someone from Interscope Records intervened. They realized that Capricorn going public with the lawsuit could seriously damage Diddy's reputation, so they struck a deal with her. They offered her money in exchange for her silence. And word on the streets is that Capricorn wasn't after the money, but she felt backed into a corner and had no choice. She knew she was in way over her head, and refusing the offer could have resulted in serious harm. And just to add some weight to this wild tale, Suge Knight backed her up on this.
Not only did he beat the shit out of her, he was an Interscope person. The Interscope check that paid her to settle or he wouldn't go to jail.
But Diddy didn't let her go easily, because after Diddy fired her, he reportedly went around town spreading rumors that she was a thief who stole from him, claiming that's why she got fired. So he basically blacklisted her, ensuring that she never landed another personal assistant job in the industry. But it looks like Capricorn is done staying silent about this, because Cassie's lawsuit has given her a lot of strength. When she found out about the lawsuit, she immediately shaded Diddy, saying, "Don't take the path of the wicked. Don't follow those who do evil. Stay away from that path. Don't even go near it. Turn around and go another way." Proverbs 4:14, doors be unlocked. You gotta be willing to walk away from the money. Full stop. 2011 was hell. However, she was clearly still terrified of Diddy, because she put her Twitter on private after her tweet went viral, but she went public after a few days. And listen, she has been putting her entire back into exposing Diddy. She exposed the industry for enabling Diddy's bad behavior and covering up for him while watching him hurt women and people around him. She said, "Black women end up being the sacrifice for the effery. Last 11 years of my life, I had to deal with everyone's nonsensical allegiance to the devil. I pray that ends. I don't think highly of any of you. Can't keep your head down and pretend ish is cool no more. Do better." She then hinted that he had taken out Kim Porter because Kim was against his way of life. She shared a quote that Kim had said to her, saying, "They will skin you and wear you, baby girl, then pretend they never wanted the skin." Kim was the only person who didn't switch up, the only one. Dark times. I'm personally very triggered. I pray it's over. I never deserved this. Hashtag RIP Kim Porter. Word on the streets is that after the ordeal with Diddy, Kim reached out to Capricorn to offer her support. They go way back, as Capricorn worked as Diddy's assistant from around 2002 to 2011, which means that she was around when Diddy was with Kim. According to an insider, Capricorn believes that Diddy had a hand in Kim's death because of the tell-all book she was working on at the time. Insiders claim that Kim had talked to Capricorn about her plan to reveal how Diddy put hands on her in the book. Allegedly, they agreed to use a fake name for Capricorn in the book, and Capricorn had given her permission. But things took a dark turn when Diddy caught wind of the book, and some suggest he took drastic measures to silence Kim and protect himself from the fallout. Now, I'm not saying this story is 100% the truth, but a lot of insiders have confirmed this, including Miss Jaguar Wright.
Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms.
Well, rumor has it that Capricorn is thinking and talking about legal action against Diddy. He's had enough of Diddy's behavior and wants him to know that his actions are far from okay, because he has hurt a lot of people, herself included. According to an insider, she believes Diddy's been slipping by without facing any real consequences for way too long. Now she's preparing to hit him where it hurts the most, his bank account. It looks like Capricorn is taking a stance against Diddy. She's ready to make sure he pays the price for the mess he's caused. Now, Capricorn's revelations have gotten some mixed feelings, because some people think that she should have spoken up when all this was going on. But then, many people have also defended her, saying, how could Capricorn speak out or challenge Diddy in her capacity as his assistant when the victims of the rappers were afraid to speak out? How many alleged murder victims? Think about the imbalance of power. It's no telling what she saw. It's no telling what she heard or how she was intimidated. No one knows what this woman's situation was during those years and what made her continue to work for Diddy. Don't blame her for someone else's dirty deeds. And obviously, these people feel like they are finally in a safe space to now speak up. I'm here for it. Now, I want to hear back from y'all. Do you think that Capricorn is speaking out because she wants?
Capricorn was one of the other victims that was also being abused by Diddy. She was one of the other women who was also abused, not just Cassie, not just Kim Porter, not just Misa Hilton. Hilton, that's her last name. Not just Dana Tran. It's so many I can name. Like, my God, it's so many that I can name. Now, I applaud you, Suge Knight, for coming forward and speaking up for Miss Capricorn, to say that, yes, Diddy did put hands on her. But, sir, you were putting hands on Michelle A, okay? And I've yet to hear you do a podcast to talk about that shit. How you broke her nose and a whole lot of other things that was going on. You a whole woman beater out here too, sir. So thank you for speaking up and putting Diddy under the bus. But you also were allegedly named in putting paws on women as well. So, yeah. We all know that to be facts. Michel'le have already come out to talk about Dr. Dre putting hands on her, as well as Suge Knight doing the same thing to her. That is why she had to get a nose job, because her nose was broken. So I don't know what it is with these men to feel like they can just put paws on these women and like nothing is going to happen. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So shout out to Capricorn Clark for coming forward and speaking out about that. She is the sister of Lauren London. I know Lauren London have probably seen and heard a lot of things that have happened in this situation. But yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now it's looking like Diddy is trying to throw Chris Stokes under the bus to prevent him from actually speaking up on him. He's trying to get the heat off him, because y'all know Diddy is the topic of discussion right now. Okay, he's a topic of discussion in terms of things that's been going on that he's been doing. So let's get into this video of where he's trying to now bring up the stuff that's going on with Chris Stokes and the people that he violated as well. Okay, let's get into that. He's trying to say that he was grooming B2K and some other boys. So Diddy's trying to put Chris Stokes out there to take the heat off him. So let's go ahead and listen to that.
Chris Stokes is next on the chopping block. The mogul / wannabe rapper wants some of the pressure off of him, so is dropping names of other predators. First up is the record executive from the South and his group. The group's victims include a Y2K boy band and one of Ariana Grande's love rivals and her sister.
Okay, so here's a twist that we probably never saw coming in this whole Diddy drama, because word on the streets is that he is now making plans to do a swap and get somebody else in his place. I mean, when you stop to think about it, it's not all that surprising, because the alternative would be him losing his career and possibly going to jail. And if there's one thing that we know about Mr. Diddy, it's that he is super desperate to not go to jail and keep his billion-dollar net worth. And if you're wondering who Diddy might be offering up as a sacrificial lamb, it's none other than Chris Stokes, his longtime friend and collaborator. Well, Chris is not about to go down easy like that, because he is now slamming Diddy and threatening to expose even more secrets. Y'all better hold on tight, because this drama just got real.
Diddy has been hit with a third lawsuit for assault, trafficking, and revenge porn. And according to this new blind item, he is planning on bringing people down around him to get some of the heat off of him.
Again, now, it shouldn't be all that surprising that Diddy is trying to do all that he can to get away with this, because he has been in a lot of trouble and getting a lot of negative press in these past couple of weeks. Cassie basically opened a whole can of worms with her lawsuit, where she said that Diddy S8 Miss Ventura in her own home after she tried to leave him, often punched, kicked, and stumped on Miss Ventura, resulting in burst lips, black eyes, and forced Miss Ventura to engage in intimate acts with male SWs while getting off on it and filming the encounters, demanded that Miss Ventura to carry his in her purse just to make her feel uncomfortable and demonstrate how dangerous he is, and introduced Miss Ventura to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol and substance abuse. Required her to procure illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addictions. She also revealed how he used to SA her and force feed her drugs, saying Mr. Combs always supplied Miss Ventura with copious amounts of before and during the FOs. Miss Ventura was given cocaine, GHB, marijuana, and alcohol in excessive amounts during FOs, which allowed her to disassociate during these horrific encounters. It became commonplace to get IV fluids in the days after an FO to recover from excessive substances pushed upon her. Apart from the horrible things that Diddy did to her, the lawsuit also revealed how he treated other people, like the time he allegedly blew up Kid Cudi's car, or the time he allegedly tried to unalive Suge Knight. The court document says, for example, on one occasion, Mr. Combs and Miss Ventura were using drugs together in his home. One of his security staff barged in and announced that Suge Knight, a longtime rival of Mr. Combs, was spotted at Mel's Drive-In Diner in Los Angeles. Mr. Combs began to get dressed, retrieved multiple guns from his safe, and ran out of his home to where he believed Mr. Knight was dining. So Cassie's lawsuit alleged that Diddy S8'd her, put hands on her, pimped her out to other men, forced her to take drugs, and tried to unalive Suge Knight. That was very bad. But then more and more lawsuits started to come up, alleging that Diddy also S8'd them. The lawsuits were brought on by Joey Dickerson Neal and a woman who goes by Jane Doe. They both claimed that Diddy S8'd them in the 90s when he was on the rise of his career. According to Joey, Diddy allegedly drew her, SA'd her, and recorded it without her knowledge when she was a college student in 1991. The complaint alleges Combs intentionally Dickerson Nell, leaving her unable to stand or walk. The suit said she left her drink unattended with him at a restaurant, and afterward, under alleged pressure from Combs, she took a hit from a blunt. They then drove to a music studio, the suit stated. When Dickerson Nell couldn't exit the car, Combs allegedly took her to a place he was staying to SA her, according to the filing. Even worse, she revealed in the lawsuit that Diddy had made a video of him SAing her, and he shared it around. Reports have it that days later, a male friend named Devontae Swing, a member of the popular 90s R&B group Jodeci, revealed to Joey that he viewed an adult tape along with other people. According to the suit, Joey said Swing feared his band would lose its record deal if he spoke against Combs. As expected, Diddy's lawyers denied the allegations, saying, "This last-minute lawsuit is an example of how a well-intentioned law can be turned on its head. Miss Dickerson's 32-year-old story is made up and not credible. Mr. Combs never and she implicates companies that did not exist. This is purely a money grab and nothing more." The other woman, Jane Doe, claimed that Diddy and singer Aaron Hall allegedly SA'd her and her friend back in the day. According to the reports, while at Hall's apartment, Jane Doe was offered more drinks and was coerced into being intimate with Combs. After Combs finished doing his business, Jane Doe laid in the bed, shocked and traumatized. While Jane Doe was trying to get dressed, Hall allegedly barged into the room, pinned her down, and forced Jane Doe to be intimate with him. But it looks like it was even worse than that, because according to reports, Diddy and Aaron then took turns to SA her friend at the same time. It didn't end there, because allegedly, days later, Combs went to the home where Jane Doe and her friend were staying, became irate, and allegedly and choked Jane Doe until she passed out. Combs was allegedly looking for the friend because he feared that she would tell the girl he was with at the time. Now, Diddy denied this, and his lawyer denied it, saying because of Mr. Combs' fame and success, he is an easy target for anonymous accusers who lie without conscience or consequence for financial benefit. The New York legislature surely did not intend or expect the Adult Survivors Act to be exploited by scammers. The public should be skeptical and not rush to accept these bogus allegations. But then the next thing we knew, Diddy started to get dropped by everyone that he was working and affiliated with. Macy's released a statement saying, as part of our ongoing review of our brand portfolio, the Sean John collection has started to phase out of assortment since early fall 2023. Diddy's products are being removed and won't be available on the site. It's the course of business. Retail stores are always evaluating and deciding what's relevant to consumers. Insiders also started to report that he was getting banned from the Grammys, saying several...
I'm sorry for the ad, guys. We talked about that today, how he's getting banned from the Grammys.
Officials are pushing to remove the billionaire superstar from the Grammy guest list. Their formal invitations go out this month. There's conflict at the Academy as several voting members do not think it would be appropriate to invite Diddy. Some, including several high-profile African-American members, fear that inviting him sends the wrong message to audiences and the charities it supports. Several publicists have asked that their artists aren't seated by him. It's a logistical nightmare. But things got insane when even his own company, Revo TV, announced that Diddy has been asked to step down from his role as chairman of the company. They released a statement that said, Sean Combs has stepped down from his position as chairman of Revo. While Mr. Combs has previously had no operational or day-to-day role in the business, this decision helps to ensure that Revo remains steadfastly focus on our mission to create meaningful content for the culture and amplify the voices of Black people throughout this country and African diaspora. They continue, our focus has always been one that reflects our commitment to the collective journey of Revolt, one that is not driven by any individual, but by the shared efforts and values of our entire team on behalf of advancing, elevating, and championing our culture. And that continues. Well, at this point, Diddy was reportedly becoming very desperate to redirect all the negative attention away from him. And he was desperate enough to shift the attention towards someone else. Now, y'all remember how the former president of Bad Boy Records got exposed and sued for SA last week? Well, allegedly, Diddy was behind that leak because he wanted people to focus on somebody else. According to reports, the lawsuit filed in New York Supreme Court accuses Harvey Pierre, a former president of Bad Boy Entertainment and Bad Boy Records, of engaging in a year-long pattern of grooming the unnamed assistant, leading to SH, a plaintiff in SA, from approximately 2006 2016 to 2017, Pierre essayed plaintiff on multiple occasions in New York City and other locations throughout the country. However, a representative of the company released a statement saying the allegations are from many years ago that were never brought to the attention of the company. Neither the plaintiff nor the executive are current employees of the company. We are now investigating the allegations, and our top priority is the safety and well-being of our employees. Well, that didn't get that much attention because people stopped talking about it. So Diddy is allegedly trying to expose somebody else, and that's none other than Chris Stokes. Now, I'm not gonna lie. If there was gonna be some sacrificing going on, Chris might be the perfect option to sacrifice because he's been getting a side A for a long time in Hollywood. I mean, he has been rumored to have harbored a runaway girl when she was only 15 and still a minor. Yes, I'm talking about Marcus Houston's wife, Mia. According to sources, Niana Dickey was reported missing by her adoptive parents in August 2016, aged 15. It was believed that she traveled to her birth mother, who had lost custody back in 2012. Mia kind of just went radio silent between 2016 and 2018. But one weird thing about this whole case is that during those years when she was missing, she was credited as an art director for several of Chris Stokes' movies that spanned from 2016 to 2018. The story that Chris and his people told was that Mia was close friends with Chris Stokes' daughter, Chrissy, and they were so close that they were like sisters, and Chris was like a father to her. This still doesn't explain why or how they were with a minor who was legally classified as missing, and people believe that they had helped Marcus hide Mia from the public until she turned 18, and they married her off to a 38-year-old man. And let's not forget that Chris Stokes himself has an SA allegation against him by B2K member Raz B, who used to be managed by Chris. Raz B even went live a couple of months ago where he got into it with Chris, and he said that he didn't feel safe.
I don't feel safe. I'm in Kansas City. I'm at the Hilton Hotel. And I'm telling everybody right now, Razby does not feel safe. Pull out an APB for Razby in Kansas City. I don't feel safe.
Chris could be the perfect choice for Diddy to serve up, and according to this blind item, that's exactly what Diddy is doing.
The mogul/wannabe rapper wants some of the pressure off of him, so is dropping names of other predators. First up is the record executive from the South and his group. The group's fans include a Y2K boy band and one of Ariana Grande's love rivals and her sister.
Well, unsurprisingly, Chris is not here for Diddy trying to expose him like this. And according to insiders, he thinks that Diddy is being selfish by trying to throw him under the bus to save himself. He thinks that Diddy is crossing a line here, and he is being disloyal despite their 20 years of friendship. And according to another insider, Chris is also threatening to expose even more secrets about Diddy. If Diddy tries to set him up, he has some major dirt on Diddy, and he's threatening to expose that dirt. So yeah, things could get even messier. But y'all, the streets are talking, and the fans are actually here for it. And they said, check how many lawsuits have been filed against Chris Stokes before Raz. The stories about him have been disgusting. Where there's smoke, there is fire. Bad deeds do not go unpunished. I pray karma is coming for him. I don't care how many other people Puffy tries to throw under the bus. The cancellation of Sean Diddy Combs has begun. He is done, through, and over. Just the thought of this monster sickens me. And looking at things now and knowing what we know now, Diddy wasn't exactly trying to hide too much. He probably was thinking no one will believe what's really going on because it's so outlandish. He's been playing in our faces all this time. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think that we're going to be seeing even more stories about these two exposing each other?
Chris Stokes is saying he ain't going down like that. Like, we've been hearing stories about Chris Stokes for years, grooming and or doing some inappropriate things to younger kids. Now, Diddy is trying to do like R. Kelly. When they got R. Kelly and they locked R. Kelly up, immediately R. Kelly was saying, oh, I'm not the only one that was in the studio with young girls. Like, you might want to, he started naming people. You might want to look at Jay-Z. You might want to look at this person. You might want to look at that person. Like, he started naming people because he was not trying to go down and spend 30 years by himself. He vowed that he was going to expose other people as well. And the same thing is what Diddy is trying to do. Diddy is trying to expose other people because he knows that he is guilty as well. He needs to be locked the hell up, okay? Like, thank you, Diddy, for trying to tell everybody else's stuff, but at the end of the day, you need to be locked the hell up because there's a lot of proof out here, allegedly, that you've been putting paws on women for years. It's proof, allegedly, that there have been some grooming going on. We know about Justin Bieber. We know about Usher. We know about so many other people. Okay, Diddy's been able to pay his way out of things for years, and go and just continue to live his life like nothing's happened. People dropping like flies. People are passing away, and there's no type of, anything to say, hey, this is what happened to this person. Like, things need to be really looked into when it comes to Diddy. I'm tired of him continuing to get away with stuff. Like, it's so much that people continue to get when it comes to Diddy. All right, now they're saying that criminal cases can still be brought up against Diddy, and that there is no statute of limitations when it comes to the law in terms of R-wording people, trafficking, essays, and holding people against their will, because it sounds like this is what was going on with Cassie, in addition to some other people that dealt with him, okay? And it's always like a little street code when it comes to this stuff with these people that work that bad boy, the whole, see something, say nothing, okay? Pretty much say less. You see something, but you say nothing because, one, you don't want your job to be taken away. Two, you might not want that same action because it said that Diddy, he didn't care about who he put hands on, and people were afraid of him. So he would do that in front of people to make people not want to buck up against him and his authority because they knew that he had a violent streak. So not everybody wanted to buck up against him and try to say, hey, man, why you putting hands on this woman? Because they didn't want hands on them as well. So people got checks for shutting up. That's what it's looking like. People got money for shutting up. And for years, Diddy's been able to pay people for their silence. And now it's time for things to be told. All right. Cassie was putting her book out. She didn't get to do that, but indirectly she did through her deposition. Cassie's book was put out through her deposition because she told what her life was like with Diddy. That is something that Kim Porter did not get to do. And I'm hearing that Kim's book was finished, guys. I was doing some digging. I'm finding out that Kim Porter's book was finished. All right. I went and started digging on her social media, her IG account, because she still has it up. She made some and Kim kind of made posts that were kind of subliminal, you guys. Let me kind of go into that right now. She made some posts on her IG posts that were very, a lot of that stuff was subliminal, the things that she had to say, okay? And it was kind of weird. It was giving weird vibes. I said, oh my God, this girl was speaking indirectly, and she was very spiritual. I'm seeing Kim Porter was very spiritual. If you go and look at her post, very, very spiritual, okay? This is a post. She says, I trust in divine timing. The universe has my back. Okay. Yeah. She says that the week is going to be filled with good news, answered prayers, breakthroughs, miracles, favor, and love. She was very religious. Like most of her stuff, you never saw her posted up, of course, with no men on her page, because y'all know Diddy didn't play that. But she says, behind every strong man, there is God. Okay. Let's see. She's a think, believe, and receive. It's all of these, and she has pictures of her children. She says God is about to make it all make sense. Okay, these are leading up to the time before she passed away. All right. She says, be happy or die trying. Okay, but forget settling. She says life doesn't come with a manual. It comes with being a mother. Okay, so she was very happy to be a mother. She says, first I talk to God, then I listen to trap music. That was funny, okay? But she was very, very inspirational, and she was very, very spiritual, okay? Now, this is a post that she did. She says, the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Time to clean out all the evils, the sexual predators, okay? The thieves, the energy killers, unalivers, the unalivers. She says the users and abusers. She says be the natural light of the earth. She says take care of each other, not take advantage of each other. Okay. Now this was like a couple of weeks before she passed when she posted this. Okay. Y'all remember when I told y'all with some things that she saw and that she walked in on an encounter with Diddy and a male person. It was said to be Usher, where there was some type of video taken where she saw him for the first time engaging in male-on-male action, and that really surprised her because she didn't know that was going on. So for her to post this a couple weeks before she passed, I'm gonna read it again. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Time to clean out all the evils, the sexual predators, the thieves, the energy unalivers, the users and abusers. Be the natural life of the earth, okay? Take care of each other, not take advantage of each other, okay? Now, I'm thinking, and when I saw this, I said, okay, maybe she's talking about her book indirectly because she really didn't want, I think, Diddy to know that she was doing this book. So I think that she was probably putting it out there saying page 365 of 365. So I'm thinking that this book that she has out may have been finished and that she was saying, okay, and maybe it's 365 pages in this damn book that she was writing. This is from her. This is from her page 365 of 365. Maybe this is her saying, hey, I'm done with my book. I'm done with my book. But she had a lot of quotes, like I said, God quotes in there that she posted. Okay, she even had some stuff in there with Tupac, surprisingly. Y'all know how Diddy felt about Tupac, but she didn't give a hot damn. She was posting stuff about Tupac. Okay, she posted here, I'm temporarily closed for spiritual maintenance. Okay, yeah, I was just like, wow. So yeah, I think her book was finished, guys. They said that her tell-all book, they're thinking that her book may have been up to like 365 pages of tea on Diddy. Okay, the book was about Diddy, but she was doing it kind of the same way that her friend Erica did. Okay, I told y'all about her friend Erica that was writing a book called Bling. Okay, but she was changing the names in the book so that people that were actually in the book that she was talking about would not just be named, because Erica's book was talking about a lot of industry secrets and things that she knew about because she also worked closely with Diddy. So she was writing this book. Her book actually got out and she has been since unalived and her death has been unexplained. She was found at her home and she passed away, and people were saying that her death seemed very suspicious, and they felt like Diddy may have had a hand in that because this said book that she was writing about had a lot to do with Diddy, some stuff that she had seen with Kim Porter, some stuff that she had seen within the industry that was very fishy, and she named those things in her book Bling. You can go on Amazon, go anywhere and look for this book because it's very telling. All right, so they're saying inside of Kim Porter's book, it revealed sexual encounters that she walked in on, like I said, with Diddy, abuse that she encountered, some industry secrets that Diddy wasn't about to let get out. Okay, so when Kim trusted Al B. Sure, I think that she told him a lot about what was going on, which is when he told her that she needed to get in touch with the feds, okay? Because he knew that she was in danger because of how powerful Diddy was, how he had all this money and he could make people go away and make things go away and pay people to do certain things and keep his hands clean. So Kim, right before her death, she was running scared, she was afraid, and she had reached out to Al B. Sure to where he was posting subliminals as well on social media, kind of indirectly saying things, and coincidentally, he got sick, remember, and was in like this long coma. He was fine at one point, and the next thing you know, he's in a coma for a long time, for months in a coma, okay? But in her book, she also mentions that some STDs were also mentioned that were had. So maybe he passed on some things to her because it was said that he gave Usher an STD as well, the HERPES. Okay, that's what it said in the last. Now they're saying that Kim, like I said, Kim's last post before she passed away said "done and done." I don't know what that means, but it says done / and done. So maybe she's talking about her book. Because no coincidence, when she passed away, a couple weeks after Kim Porter passed away, her home was broken into and ransacked. And I feel like they were looking for her book because her laptops at which she was typing her books on was also taken. And they've never heard about it. They've never, ever said anything about where this said stuff was taken from or what was taken. But nobody else have heard about this damn book. And then Diddy turned right around and sold that same house that Kim Porter stayed in because it was his home. He was providing everything for her so that she could always rely on him and made it hard for her to leave. So she was living in one of his homes. And when she passed away, after after the break-in, conveniently, he went and sold this home for $7 million, okay? $7 million. He also had a life insurance policy on Kim Porter, also for $7 million. I'm not sure what the $7 million means, but he had a life insurance policy on Kim Porter for $7 million. And there's also a life insurance policy on the twins. Yeah. Kim Porter's twins, there's also a life insurance policy on her children. So he stood to gain more for her not being here versus her being alive. Okay. Yeah. Why would you have a $7 million policy on her? That's not your wife. That's your baby mama. Why would you have a $7 million policy, insurance policy on Kim Porter when that is not your wife? You guys were, she was not in a great space with him prior to her death. She was scared. And then all of a sudden she gets sick. When Albie Sure already said that she was in perfect health, there was nothing wrong with her. She was just at an event like a week prior to that, and then boom. Now all of a sudden she's sick. So the house was sold for $7 million. He had a life insurance policy on her for $7 million. And there's also life insurance policies on the twins. So prayers for them, and prayers for them. Okay. They said it was DJ. They got deleted. That was attached to Diddy. See? Now let's talk about Albie Sure's son. All right. The son that he loved, the son that Diddy took away from him, the son that Diddy poisoned mentally to make him think that his father did not love him, so that he could get back at Albie Sure. Okay, he had already took his woman, which was Kim Porter. Albie Sure and Kim were married prior to Diddy getting with Kim Porter, and the marriage got annulled. I already did my homework, okay? The marriage between Kim Porter and Albie Sure was annulled. Albie Sure always loved Kim Porter. I already told you guys he wrote Forever My Lady about her. He was happy about her having the baby, which was Quincy during the time. The baby looks just like him. Quincy and Albie Sure share the same birth date. Okay, that's just how close they were. So every time his birthday come around, Quincy's birthday, because they have the same birthday. Kim had Quincy on Albie Sure's birthday. And he loved that boy. But then Diddy came in and messed up the entire dynamic and promised Kim all these things. And she wound up believing in Diddy and left and got with Diddy, somebody who wound up abusing her, and broke her nose, and did all these things, had people following her, wiretapped her phone, had somebody drop some devices in her house to where he was listening to her. And I feel like she was having conversations with Albie Sure and telling him, and he probably heard whenever he told her to talk to the feds, because her phones were tapped, which gives motive to say, hey, I got to get rid of said person, because now she's talking about going to the authorities and I can't let her take me down. We just heard in the video where it says Diddy is not getting ready to risk going to jail. So what is he going to do? He's going to throw other people out there to say, well, you're looking at me, but this person is guilty of doing this. This person has been grooming. This person has been unaliving people. This is who you should look at, not me. I haven't done all these things that people have said that I've done. You absolutely have. But Diddy stood in the way of Quincy's relationship with Albie Sure's father. He looks just like him. So all these years, this boy grew up thinking that his father did not love him, did not want to be his father. Diddy even went as far as they're saying to adopt him and was calling him his son publicly, when Albie Sure is sitting back looking like, bitch, that's my son. There were times that he could not even see his son. Now, right before Kim Porter's death, let's continue, because I got a whole lot I'm gonna dump on y'all tonight. Okay. Now, Quincy, like I said, let's go back to Quincy. Quincy is just now getting a relationship with Albie Sure, which is his father. He and his father are like this. When I went on social media and I started looking on his IG, looking on Quincy's IG and Albie Sure's IG, they are now having a father-son relationship. They're in a good space. They're going out. They just spent their birthdays together, which I was happy to see that, because like I said, they do have the same birthday. So they are mending their relationship now that Kim Porter is not there, because it's like, y'all know how it is. When one parent is gone, you kind of get closer to the other parent because you're missing that parental dynamic. So now he's like, you know what? Maybe all the things that I've been told growing up as a child, maybe all those things are not as true as what's been told to me. So I think he's starting to see that Diddy kind of orchestrated some mess in between him having those years of parental relationship with his biological father, because Diddy wanted his own bullshit. He wanted to orchestrate a division between between Quincy and his father to get back at Al B. Sure. Like I said, Kim was very spiritual. So I feel like her spirit was in a great space when she left, because like I said, if you go and look at her social media, she seemed to be very spiritual. She seemed to be always putting out God quotes. She prayed a lot, you could tell. And maybe, just maybe, God put it in her intuition that something was going to happen to her, and she began to start getting her things in order. Okay. Diddy says his last words to her from Kim was, please take care of my children. And that's not something I said the other day. It seems kind of suspicious, because I don't say that to somebody if I know I'm coming right back. If I'm sending my child over to you just for the day or so, and then they were saying that he came over to get the kids because she was sick. I've never heard of anybody catching pneumonia. Is pneumonia, is it something that you can catch if you're around somebody? I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. And we already know about the blood drippings on her pillow and throughout the house and whatever. Okay. But yes. So, like I said, when Diddy started bugging Kim's house and her phones, I feel like he did that to find out where this said book was, because he heard about this book being written. Okay. How he heard about it, I don't know how he heard about it, but I think through him bugging her house that he knew some things that he was not privy to. He had her followed, so maybe she was going to see maybe an author or somebody that was going to help her with this book. This person was reporting back to Diddy, so he knew her. He knew all her whereabouts. He knew who she was talking to, what conversations were being had. I feel like he knew that she was getting ready to go to the feds on him and start telling everything, because she was tired of Diddy. Now, before her death, all right, she wound up taking Diddy to court, and she sued him for child support, okay? She sued Diddy in 2011 for child support for their son, Chrisean, the one that looks just like Diddy, all right? She sued him for child support that pissed Diddy off. And it's no coincidence, shortly after that, he invited her on a trip to Sandro Pay on this yacht, this expensive yacht, and that is where her nose got broke. And he was telling everybody that she slipped and fell and hit her nose on a table. He flew out a surgeon on this boat to fix Kim's nose. This is around the same time that she filed this child support order on Diddy, and that pissed him off. So he invited her away on this trip, which is where her nose got broken. Okay? This was 2011. This was 2011, okay? Kim sued Diddy for child support. All right? Yes, not Chrisean, but for Justin. I'm sorry, for Justin Combs. All right? Kim died. Y'all know she passed away in 2019, okay? Kim passed away November of 2019. But now his violence, like I said, has been documented through several court instances where Diddy has paid under the table. These things were reported, and the record company and Diddy have decided to cut people checks, like I said, to keep them quiet, to pay out settlements, okay, for these cases, all right? We already know about, like I said, we talked about Capricorn, which is Lauren's sister as well. She was also paid out a huge settlement. Now, we already talked about Kim Porter prior to her death, 1 month before she passed away. 1 month before she passed away, Diddy purchased a very expensive gold casket for Kim Porter. Who is purchasing caskets? We talked about this the other day. Who is purchasing caskets for someone 1 month prior to their death, unless you know they're not going to be here anymore? Who's doing that? I feel like there's motive. If you're bugging my house, you know about everything I'm talking about. You know everything that's going on. You know who I'm talking to, what I'm saying. You know where I'm going. You know if anybody's coming to my house. You know my every move, which gives you motive when you find out something that you feel may be getting ready to bring you down, so to speak. So you start making preparations to eliminate, is a great word to put there, to eliminate said person so that you don't take the fall and you can continue to live your life. Diddy is obsessed with having this God complex and being a millionaire and being in the position that he is in. And I feel like with everything that came out, that's why he settled so quickly with Cassie. He didn't want those things to come out because image is everything when it comes to Diddy. That is why he settled the way that he did. That is unheard of for someone to say, I am suing you for this, and this, and you come out and say, I never did those things, but you turn around and you settle within 24 hours for up to $900 million. Who is paying someone $900 million when they're innocent? Especially if you have high-powered lawyers that you can pay to make this go away and maybe scare the person into saying, you know what, I'm dropping this lawsuit because this person is very powerful. I don't know what this person may do. I don't think I'm going to win this lawsuit because I don't have said money to go against this person like I think I could. So I'm just going to bow out gracefully and just tuck my tail and go and live my life and leave this person the fuck alone because this may be damaging to me. I know about a lot of people who have been unalived because they came after him. So I got to say, it's very bold for her to follow through and did what she did. And do what she did, rather. Okay? So 1 month prior to Kim's death, there was a gold casket at which she was buried in that was purchased for Kim. And I find it very strange that he would purchase this said casket a whole month before she passed away, because most people start making arrangements after a person dies, unless they have a long illness like cancer or something like that, and the doctors have given you up to say, hey, you're gonna, we've given you 2 weeks to live and we don't know if you're going to be here anymore. So then maybe a person may go ahead and start saying, let me go ahead and start making arrangements knowing that this person is passing away. Like, or if they put someone in like hospice, okay? I know about hospice because one of my aunts was put in hospice whenever she had cancer, and we knew she was passing away. So then you may want to go ahead and start making arrangements knowing that this person is slowly drifting and not going to be here after said time. But for a person to just have pneumonia, which they're saying really wasn't pneumonia, okay? For a person who was perfectly healthy and did not have a long-standing illness, for you to make that type of an arrangement, it really makes me feel like there was some underlying stuff going on there that really needs to be addressed. Somebody said I've learned so much on this channel. Yes, I told you I'm digging. This case, this situation with Diddy and Cassie, it's just so... I don't know. I can't, it's like I can't leave it alone. I want to move on to other stuff, and I'm going to give you guys other content with other things that's going on as well. But this particular situation, I feel like there's so much more, and I don't want to get off it just yet. And I hope you guys can be real patient with me as I continue to uncover things and reveal things to you guys as I get it. Because when I find out stuff, I'll be like, oh my God, I got to tell them because this is going to be so juicy. Yes. But we're going to continue to talk about it. I was very shocked to hear about the $7 million insurance policy on her. And then for him to turn around and sell her house. Well, his house, it was his house, but she lived there for years for $7 million. So you got a whole $14 million out of the deal. You got $14 million off this woman. And I pray he does nothing to those children because there are policies on them as well. And as his money start to dwindle down, people do things out of desperation. So if you would take their mother out, I don't see what's stopping you from taking them out. If your money starts to look funny, knowing that you stand to gain millions because it's two of them, it's twins. And I'm not speaking that into existence, but I'm talking about people having desperate moments. Diddy is desperate. He's turning broke because he's paying out so much. He's losing businesses left and right. And I told y'all this morning, assets and money is not the same thing. If you look up somebody's net worth, that doesn't mean that's how much they have in the bank. Okay? Just because a person's net worth says 30 million, it does not mean you can go to the bank and write a check for 30 million and it's there. That's not what it means. Okay? That's not what it means. He's going to have to start selling some things. He's going to have to start downgrading his lifestyle pretty soon. And according to the lawsuits that's getting ready to come his way, because people are coming out of the woodwork, he is not going to have enough revenue to pay for all these attorneys, okay? And the higher ups that's been protecting him all this time, they're going to start disassociating themselves from him because they don't want to come down in the bullshit with him. Trust me, Clive Davis is not going to fuck with Diddy once the real lawsuits start coming down, because he is attached to higher ups who have been protecting him all these years. That's how he's been able to get out of stuff. The record companies have been paying people to be quiet so that he can continue to slap women around and abuse women and SA and traffic women and take people's money in the business and hire these young artists and then take their money and put them under NDAs to where they can't do shit about it. So they're coming in and recording all this music and doing all the work, and he jump in their videos and make it seem like it's them. They're the artists, but you're taking up all the camera time like you're the artist. That's what Suge Knight was saying. If you want to get a record company that gets behind you, that's not all in the videos, come to Death Row. Because that's all Diddy was doing, soaking up everybody else's clout and taking their money. So now that people are starting to speak out, lawsuits are starting to be filed, Diddy is going to lose his effing mind. And I feel like the pressure is going to cause him to crack so much so, because he ain't going to survive in prison, because he got too much fucking ego. A person like him, and several people have said that Diddy is very egotistical. He's very, very nasty towards people. He won't last a day in prison. R. Kelly is trying every day to get out of fucking prison. They're giving him hell in there. Because anybody that knows, when you go to prison and people find out that you violated children, you are a target. Just like a police officer. Police officers that go to prison, you're a target. Ask Derek Chauvin, the guy that unalived old boy, that put his knee on his neck. 22 times they starved him up in there. Cardi B said, it ain't safe, it ain't safe, it ain't safe. It ain't safe for you in prison. Diddy is not going to be safe for you in prison because you put hands on women and you violate youngsters, allegedly. It ain't going to be safe for you in there. So he's going to do everything that he can to prevent himself from being in that predicament, even if it means throwing some of his very, very close people that he's dealt with for over 20 years and more under the bus in order to save his own ass. Harv Pierre was just like this with Diddy. Go look it up. Google Harv Pierre, and I bet you just about every single fucking picture of Harv Pierre Diddy is in, where he got his hand thrown over his shoulder. They were everywhere together. They did everything together. So even if it means throwing his very close friends under the bus to save his own ass, he don't give a fuck. He don't care. He don't care if Harv go to prison. He don't care if Chris Stokes go to prison and they've been friends for 20 years, if it means he is still on the street and can continue to do the shit he's been doing. He don't give a damn about that. If he didn't care about Kim Porter, the person he said was the love of his life, and he's still continuing to say it, doing albums talking about how much he loved Kim when allegedly you had something to do with her demise, I call cap on that. I call cap on that. I do. I'm sorry. I call cap on that. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and play this for you guys, and I'm going to let you guys go because we don't want to be too long. We're already an hour in. I'm going to play for you guys a video that talks about some of the things that Diddy have been into, that a lot of stuff we didn't know, where he's paid off a lot of people to keep quiet. He's been able to stay under the radar and to kind of Diddy bop his way up out of shit for a very long time. And 50 Cent is going to be in here talking as well, because he is, y'all already told y'all this morning in my Car Chronicles that Diddy has not Diddy, but 50 Cent has stepped up to do the Surviving Diddy documentary, which I know is going to be good because he don't like Diddy. So every little intricate detail that he can find out negative about him, that's going to be put in the documentary. 50 is the one to do this fucking documentary because he is going to put everything in there, and he knows Diddy very well. He got a lot of shit on Diddy, and Diddy knows that. But he ain't going to fuck with 50 Cent because 50 Cent, he got his own people that look out for him. Diddy ain't going to mess with him. How do you think that 50 Cent's been able to all these years put stuff out about Diddy, and Diddy ain't never touched him? Diddy ain't never came up against him. Diddy ain't never sent his people for him. Diddy ain't never did no interviews talking shit about 50 Cent. The last interview I saw about Diddy, when they asked him how he felt about 50 Cent, oh, we cool. I don't have a problem with that man. I think that man's very talented. And all 50 do is talk shit about him in interviews. Go look at it. I have yet to see an interview that 50 Cent did where he said anything positive about Diddy. Nothing he's ever said was positive about Diddy. But the last interview, when they asked him, and I want to say it was on the Breakfast Club, when they asked Diddy how he felt about 50 Cent and all the stuff, he said, I don't have a problem with him. That's a cool dude. I mean, hell, I was going to take him out shopping. 50 was like, fuck you was not. You ain't taking me out shopping. But let's go ahead and play this, and I'm going to let you guys go, because this right here is very telling. It talks about a lot of things that Diddy has done and got away with, okay? It talks about how 50 is talking about doing the Surviving Diddy. Yeah, y'all. Oh, I gave y'all a lot of information tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Y'all enjoying so far? Y'all enjoying so far? Hope you guys hit the like button.
And him, they all in the room together.
That's Gene Deal.
Sarah, the girl,
shout out to Dialogue.
Puff, and this dude, this rapper. Lights, camera, action. He do it all. Listen. I'm gonna say that because of the what's the name interview?
Nord.
The Drake chance, yeah.
Music magnate Sean Diddy Combs was sued by his former girlfriend, singer Cassie, on November 17th on the grounds of alleged decade-long physical, mental, and emotional abuse, slavery, TR, and other similar serious accusations. However, the lawsuit was settled amicably in record time by both parties within the next day, taking the internet by storm. Now it appears that Diddy's rival, the rapper-turned-film magnate 50 Cent, is considering making a documentary detailing Diddy's assault charges over the years. 50, who owns G-Unit Films, has been vocal about Diddy's misdoings over the years, so it won't be strange if he decides to document them, further obliterating Poofy's already strained career. The whole idea of making a surviving Diddy documentary started as a joke on the internet, but the idea has since gained massive support. Also known as Puff Daddy and Puffy, among other nicknames, on November 18th, the Bad Boy label and record producer's poster with him sitting on a couch and posing a rose on Facebook with the title Surviving Puffy and the logo of Netflix on it. Evidently, netizens speculated that someone was making a documentary on the music mogul. However, it turns out that the Netflix poster is a deep fake and computer-generated. But 50 Cent is reportedly planning on actualizing the idea. On November 22nd, 50 insinuated that he was considering making a movie called Surviving P. Diddy. His suggestion came in the wake of Cassie's lawsuit against the Grammy winner, followed by another lawsuit filed against Diddy's colleague and former Bad Boy label president Harv Pierre on the grounds of assault. In fact, 50 Cent took to his Instagram and posted a screenshot of a headline about Pierre's lawsuit, followed by the caption, "I told you they were coming," in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 SMH. This is a movie, Surviving P. Diddy or Diddy, Do It or Not. Executive produced by Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, coming soon. While the fake Netflix poster of Diddy may have been fan-made, 50 Cent meant that the film on the No Way Out rapper would be under legal scrutiny, just like the 2019 documentary titled Surviving R. Kelly. It was made on the R&B singer, who has since been convicted and imprisoned following abuse allegations similar to those of Diddy. It is also noteworthy that 50 Cent's post on the alleged Diddy documentary comprised two other related headlines. Diddy's clothing brand, Sean John, being phased out of Macy's after 2-decade partnership from Radar Online, and Diddy's legal battle over tequila brand put on ice until 2024 from Billboard. Other than hinting that he was thinking of making a film on the Bad Boy label producer, the Get Rich or Die Tryin' rapper also trolled Diddy when he settled the Cassie lawsuit. He joked that the defendant paid that money real quick, but not quick enough to stop other women he has allegedly abused over the years. The rapper has been actively following everything related to Puffy and the lawsuits he has been facing. Harv Pierre, former president of Bad Boy Records, has also been sued for grooming and assaulting his assistant. The lawsuit states Pierre's allegations by his assistant occurred on multiple occasions in New York City and other locations throughout the country, and used his position of authority as plaintiff's boss to groom, exploit, and assault her. The assistant is now seeking damages that will fully and fairly compensate the assault. Listed in the suit are Bad Boy Entertainment, Bad Boy Records, and Combs Enterprises. We have recently become aware of a lawsuit filed in New York by a former employee, a spokesperson for Bad Boy Records said to Rolling Stone. The allegations are from many years ago that were never brought to the attention of the company. Neither the plaintiff nor the executive are current employees of the company. We are now investigating the allegations, and our top priority is the safety and well-being of our employees. The development comes less than a week after Diddy settled a lawsuit with Cassie over accusations that included domestic violence and R. According to TMZ, the suit was ended in New York on Monday. The document reads, "Pursuant to an agreement between the parties, plaintiff hereby dismisses this action with prejudice and without costs or fees to either party." Shortly after news of the lawsuit rattled the world, Diddy and Cassie settled the case a day later. "I have decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control over," Cassie said after the settlement. "I want to thank my family, fans, and lawyers for their unwavering support." For the first time since settling his lawsuit with his ex-lover, singer Cassie, Diddy has been spotted. He was spotted outside his Star Island, Miami mansion, beside his chief of staff, with his face buried in his hands. After settling with Cassie following her explosive allegations, Ben Braffman, Diddy's lawyer, shared a statement. "Just so we're clear, a decision to settle a lawsuit, especially in 2023, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing. Mr. Combs' decision to settle the lawsuit does not in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims. He is happy they got to a mutual settlement and wishes Ms. Ventura the best." Diddy was sued by his former lover, Cassie, stating she was R and STD during their relationship. Cassie, born Cassandra Ventura, filed the suit in New York City, saying she was the victim of a cycle of abuse, violence, and ST. If 50 Cent goes ahead with his assertions and produces the documentary, Diddy's life may end up like that of singer R. Kelly, who is currently languishing in jail. When the Lifetime docuseries Surviving R. Kelly debuted 4 years ago, the singer was a free man, just like Diddy is now. The R&B singer's career had long been trailed by allegations of abusing underage girls, which first arose in the early 90s, but he remained one of the most successful hitmakers of that decade and into the 2000s. Also, during that time, Kelly was briefly jailed and brought to trial for a 2002 indictment on 21 counts of child pornography. He was acquitted in 2008. His circumvention of the justice system damaged his career as an artist, but didn't end it. It wasn't until Surviving R. Kelly premiered in early 2019 that public opinion began to change. The series was greenlit before the initial impact of the Me Too movement in October 2017 and was the first programming event of the Me Too era to give a voice to survivors, ultimately bringing justice from the screen to a court of law. The series centers around Black women's stories, an underrepresented group when it comes to social justice. Today, Kelly is serving a 30-year sentence in prison after being found guilty on charges of racketeering and ST in 2022. The mellow-voiced singer was also found guilty in Chicago on 3 counts of child pornography for filming himself abusing his then 14-year-old goddaughter. He still faces charges in other jurisdictions. The third and final installment of Surviving R. Kelly centers around the trial that put the singer behind bars, following the survivors and their families as they prepare to testify at the high-profile court proceeding. The new episodes also focus on the journalists who covered the trial, as well as other legal and trauma experts. Similar to Diddy's case, accusers of R. Kelly have said he kept them as slaves, essentially part of a cult, locked in his home with no access to their families or the outside world. He would groom young women and men who had aspirations to become singers and record them as he forced them into intimate acts. The 6-week trial in...
Who that sound like? Who does that sound like? The same thing Diddy did to Cassie. Promised her a record career, got her in there, had her sign a contract to where she was locked into a 10-album deal, knowing she was never, ever in life going to record 10 albums in order to entrap her so that he will always have some type of hand on her, and immediately started trafficking and essaying her and abusing her just like R. Kelly did. Now, you mean to tell me the same charges that R. Kelly got, Diddy ain't gonna get too? And with this surviving Diddy coming out, it's gonna open the floodgates for many charges that Diddy will be facing.
2022 revealed how R. Kelly used employees and intermediaries to lure fans and hopeful singers into abusive and controlling conditions, in rooms without food or access to a bathroom for days. During his 2022 federal trial in New York, surviving R. Kelly was mentioned 150 times in the courtroom. In the first installment of Surviving R. Kelly, the parents of the victims spoke about trying to get their daughters back home.
Thanks for the likes, guys.
One family is still fighting. Joycelyn Savage was 19 when she met Kelly, and the two are purportedly engaged. Last year, she released a book where she said she was carrying R. Kelly's child, and just last month, she posted a photo of a newborn baby, announcing that she welcomed a new baby with the imprisoned singer, though his attorney has denied her claim. Savage's parents are featured heavily in Surviving R. Kelly, emotionally discussing their fight to reconnect with their daughter. The final installment also introduced a new anonymous accuser who gives a harrowing account of allegedly being drugged and R by Kelly. The episodes delve into the revelation that the singer abused young boys and give new detail into the widely speculated marriage and annulment of the troubled Grammy winner and then 15-year-old Aaliyah. If 50 Cent and G-Unit Films decide to do Diddy the R. Kelly way, then Puffy's career and his entire Bad Boy franchise will be up in smoke. The rapper continued his ascent in the film and television industry recently when he unveiled the empty warehouse that will serve as his new film and television studio. The 47-year-old rapper turned actor shared a view of the enormous space, which had yet to be converted into sets for movies or shows, in an Instagram video posted in May this year. Well, would you look at here? 985,000 square feet? He mused aloud, repeating the square footage in text. 50 Cent, born Curtis Jackson III, has had an amazing ascent, rising from dealing drugs to having multiple hit songs before he expanded into acting. He has now created his own space in the film and television industry. The artist also appears to be moving on from an earlier embarrassment with his popular Stars series
I'm gonna move
Power.
forward just a little bit so that they can talk about Diddy, okay? Let's get forward. Okay.
$5 million in damages. The former president has continued to deny the allegations. Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby, both of whom have been accused of violence by dozens of women in recent years, were also sued under the act, alongside institutions the plaintiffs claim did nothing to stop the abuse. As the deadline to sue under the act approached in recent weeks, plaintiffs filed a flurry of cases against more entertainment industry heavyweights and politicians. Sean Diddy Combs was sued by his ex-partner Cassie, real name Cassie Ventura, who alleged a pattern of abuse, violence, and ST throughout the relationship. He quickly settled the case and was then sued by 2 more women, claiming that he abused them. Diddy's spokesperson called their claims fabricated and accused the women of exploiting the Adult Survivors Act. Also, as mentioned earlier, Harv Pierre, the former president of Diddy's Bad Boy Entertainment, was sued by an assistant who alleged he assaulted her several times between 2016 and 2017. Other music executives, such as Jimmy Iovine, L.A. Reid, and ex-Grammys CEO Neil Portnow, have also been sued by women alleging abuse, while Guns N' Roses frontman Axl Rose was sued by a former model who claims he violently assaulted her in his New York hotel room in 1989. Rose says he has no recollection of ever meeting his accuser. In that same breath, actor Cuba Gooding Jr. was sued by two women who said he groped them in two separate incidents in 2018 and 2019, while actor Jamie Foxx was sued by a Jane Doe plaintiff who claims he assaulted her at Catch NYC in 2015. Gooding has not commented on the new lawsuits. The restaurant and its employees are also named in the suit against Fox, who claims the assault never happened. So, clearly, Uncle Fifth will have more than enough content to create his docuseries if he decides to do it. Diddy, whose net worth is estimated at $1 billion, has faced legal action or settlement payouts more than 4 times over, a career spanning 4 decades as a rapper, producer, and mogul, according to court documents reviewed by NBC News. Some of the allegations relate to his music and business pursuits, and many were ultimately thrown out, while a half dozen of the actions naming Puffy 54 accuse him of either committing or having others commit violence. The amount of litigation is not necessarily surprising, given Diddy's celebrity stature and high-profile dealings. The rapper has rarely faced criminal charges. His arrest in 2015 on suspicion of attacking his son's football coach at UCLA with a kettlebell resulted in prosecutors declining to pursue charges. His violent history, however, is pretty much documented, dating back over 30 years. Back in 1991, as a fledgling producer in New York's music industry, Diddy, then 22, helped to promote a celebrity charity basketball event at City College that included the rapper Heavy D. A surging crowd for the oversold game led to a stampede that resulted in the deaths of 9 people and injuries to more than 24 others. While no criminal charges were filed, a state judge's decision found the college, the music exec, and Heavy D equally liable for the tragedy, paving the way for nearly a dozen wrongful death and personal injury lawsuits. In 2000, the last of the lawsuits involving Puffy was settled for an undisclosed amount. 4 years later, in 1995, a limousine driver, Cedric Bobby Lemon, said he was beaten by bodyguards Diddy hired to protect the singer Mary J. Blige. In a lawsuit, Lemon said the guards punched and kicked him backstage at a concert as they tried to clear the area and accused the Bad Boy founder of having failed to properly train his security. Lemon won the suit by default after Diddy did not appear in court. His spokeswoman said he was unaware of it. In 2004, an appeals court overturned the order that required the label boss to pay Lemon $450,000. Then, in 1999, Diddy was arrested on felony charges in New York and accused of beating rival record executive Steve Stout after a reported dispute over a music video scene in which he was nailed to a cross. Diddy later apologized, and Stout asked the Manhattan District Attorney to drop the charges, according to the New York Times. In addition, a lawsuit was avoided, but the Grammy winner reportedly agreed to pay Stout $500,000. In another alleged altercation.
Y'all hear all these payouts in order to avoid going to court and face prosecution? He's been getting away for stuff for 30 years. R. Kelly was getting away with his stuff for 30 years. Do y'all see the comparison here? That's why I showed y'all the stuff with R. Kelly, because it's very similar charges that Diddy is actually doing as well. Let's continue.
Roger Mills, a Detroit-based cable TV host, accused Diddy and his entourage of attacking him after he refused to sell the music mogul a video interview in which he was asked about his involvement in the 1997 unsolved K-ing of bad boy artist Christopher Wallace, known by the stage names Biggie Smalls and the Notorious B.I.G. In 2001, Mills sued Puffy Combs, alleging assault, false imprisonment, and destruction of property. A spokeswoman for the millionaire label boss denied the claims and accused Mills of a blatant attempt to exploit Mr. Combs's celebrity for media attention. The case went to trial, and a jury in 2004 ruled in favor of Diddy on all counts. Finally, at the end of 1999, Puffy was engulfed in controversy with an arrest in which he was accused of criminal possession of a weapon after a shooting at a New York nightclub. He was at the club with then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez and the rapper Shine, real name Moses Barrow, whom witnesses said they saw fire a gun into a crowd. Witnesses said they also saw the rapper with a weapon, according to prosecutors. Shortly after the incident, police pulled over Diddy and Lopez and said they had located a firearm inside the car. Shine was arrested and convicted in 2001 on 2 counts of assault, reckless endangerment, and gun possession, and he was later deported to his native Belize. Puffy was acquitted of weapons and bribery charges. A multi-million-dollar lawsuit filed by 3 people injured in the shooting was settled for an undisclosed amount in 2011, Reuters reported. Then, crimes drew closer home. In 2011, Diddy was sued by his on and off again girlfriend, the model Kim Porter, for additional child support for their then 3-year-old son. A settlement was eventually reached in Manhattan family court. The couple co-parented 4 children together, and Porter died in 2019 of pneumonia. Then, in 2007, a former consultant, James Sabatino, sued Diddy for $19 million, alleging that he failed to pay him in full for a recording he had made of Biggie in Miami in 1994. The suit was dismissed in 2009. Separately, Sabatino was at the center of a fraudulent article involving Diddy and the slain rapper Tupac Shakur that forced the Los Angeles Times to retract a bombshell story in 2008. Also in 2007, Gerard Recknitzer, a partygoer in Los Angeles, said Puffy punched him in the face as he was leaving a post-Oscars hotel event and caused him to fly backward several feet, according to a lawsuit. He also claimed in the case that Puffy pushed his girlfriend. An attorney for the musician disputed the complaint as just another example of an opportunist seeking to fabricate a lawsuit. A settlement was reached in 2008. Again,
settlement.
The terms were not disclosed. 3 years later, in 2010, Francesca Sparrow, a music executive in her 50s, sued Diddy for age discrimination, saying she was fired after having worked for him since 1998. The company denied she was let go because of her age, and the Bad Boys boss settled the multi-million-dollar suit in 2011.
Settled, y'all hear that?
A year later, in 2011, paparazzo Gustavo Garces filed a suit in which he said Puffy's bodyguards assaulted him on New Year's Eve as he took a picture of him outside the Dream Hotel in Miami. A settlement was reached in 2017, in which Garces agreed to receive $35,000 in exchange for releasing the business mogul, his bodyguards, and their insurance company from liability. From then, the troubled artist took a 5-year break before returning to the legal scene in 2017. This time, Cindy Rueda, Diddy's personal chef in 2015, filed a suit claiming she was subjected to harassment and worked long hours without being adequately compensated. In her complaint, Rueda said her boss told her to cook a post-coital meal and wanted to know whether she was attracted to his naked body. Rueda was fired in 2016, and a spokeswoman for Diddy described her as a disgruntled ex-employee. She settled with the Harlem-bred MC in 2019. The terms were not publicly disclosed. Then, more recently...
Let me pause. Now, have y'all noticed that everybody that he fires, Diddy always goes behind that to make it look like that person was just so bad? She's a disgruntled employee. He did the same thing to Capricorn Clark and said that she stole money from him and it never happened. So whenever you come for him and he has to fire you or you file charges against him, he is going to ruin your life to where you can't work anywhere else because you tried to bring him down, which is why I said that the only way they're going to be able to really bring Diddy down is through this surviving Diddy. It's going to put everything on the table, so much so until he can't wiggle out of it, because all these years, for 30 years, 30, he's been able to pay his way out of the bullshit with settlements. Have y'all heard every single situation that they've dated in 1991 all the way up? You've heard the word settlement. Let's continue.
In 2022,
thank you,
a
Leslie
former
Moore.
nanny working for Diddy, Raven Wales Walden, filed a suit against her boss alleging wrongful termination after, she said, she disclosed her pregnancy in 2020. Wales Walden also said she was Porter's niece. In a response filed this year in Los Angeles County Superior Court, Diddy denied that she is Porter's niece and that she was discriminated against. A spokesman for the mogul called the suit, which continues, a meritless shakedown to extort money from Mr. Combs. Then to the latest one, just a few days old, Cassie's lawsuit, filed in New York, included explosive allegations that Diddy punched, beat, kicked, and stomped on her throughout their relationship, which began in 2007 and remained off and on over a decade. When she announced the suit, the singer said she had stayed silent for years, but was finally ready to tell my story and to speak up on behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and abuse in their relationships. A lawyer for the disgruntled rapper later said, a decision to settle, especially in 2023, is in no way an admission of wrongdoing. In separate statements, Diddy and Cassie, whose legal name is Cassandra Ventura, said they wanted to resolve the matter amicably. He is happy they got to a mutual settlement and wishes Ms. Ventura the best,
Sure he
Diddy's
does.
lawyer said in a statement. So, as you can see, Diddy's criminal record is not devoid of epic storylines that can make a compelling documentary. Work on you, 50 Cent. Your fans are waiting. And that's it from us today. Until next.
All right. What y'all think about that? It gave you a timeline of all the things that Diddy has done all the way back from the early 90s all the way up to 2023, guys. Diddy's been in a lot of trouble. That's a lot of stuff to put in a documentary. And I'm pretty sure some other things that he didn't just mention that 50 Cent knows, because he's known Diddy for over probably 30 years, probably damn near. He's known Diddy for a very long time. He grew up in New York as well. So he knows Diddy very well. So the best person I feel to do this documentary, The Surviving Diddy, is definitely 50 Cent, because he is going to put all the juicy stuff in there. And I personally cannot wait to see it. And I told y'all I might review it. If he do it, we may have to talk about it right here on this platform. But I hope I dug up enough information for you guys so that y'all can kind of see the timeline of things that's been going on and things that you guys didn't know about, like the policy that was on Kim Porter, the $7 million policy, the house that he sold for $7 million right after she passed away, after they ransacked her house looking for her book and stole 2 of her laptops. Also, the insurance policy that's on her twins. Also, the relationship between Quincy. Like, we covered a lot tonight. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Please don't forget to like the video. Mods, thank y'all for doing such a great job. I appreciate everybody that gave super stickers tonight as well. Thank you for anybody that actually left any or actually gave any cash apps as well too. Okay, I really appreciate you guys coming over to listen to this video and support the channel. Okay, love you guys all the way down. This is Caramel. I'm hooked on this Diddy story. Keep digging. I am, y'all. This is just like it's like I get excited to like pull up stuff on this Diddy situation, because it's so much, y'all. Every time I start digging, I start finding out stuff that I didn't know, and I always have to share it with you guys. But we're gonna have another juicy one tomorrow too. I'll be back tomorrow with some more juicy stuff too. So y'all let me know when y'all get tired of hearing about the Diddy stuff, because I don't want to bore you guys too much with the Diddy stuff, but it's very interesting. Okay, so yes, they said it's mind-blowing. It is, y'all, and it's so much more. It is so much more. But thank y'all for joining us. We're gonna get out of here. Car Chronicles is in the morning team, so thank y'all for being here. Let's get some rest, honey, because I am tired as a runaway slave. All right, so thank you guys and goodbye.